There's a moment, an intense flash, when anger surges within your heart. Races, your chest tightens, and your mind feels clouded. Words you didn't mean to say escape your lips. Actions you didn't intend to take happen before you even realize it. What follows is often regret, guilt, and a feeling of being out of control. This moment of anger, however brief, can create lasting damage to relationships, peace of mind, and your overall well-being. You've been there before, haven't you? We all have, whether it's a disagreement with a loved one, frustration at work, or just feeling overwhelmed by life's challenges. Anger is a universal experience. It's a natural emotion, but when left unchecked, it can cause unnecessary harm. Yet here's the good news: you don't have to live at the mercy of anger. You don't have to let it control your actions or steal your peace. There's a way to break free from the grip of anger, to rise above the heat of the moment and regain control over how you respond to life's frustrations. This path is not about suppression or denial of your emotions. It's about mastering them. It's about transforming anger from a destructive force into something that you can understand, manage, and even use for personal growth. The heart of this transformation is a powerful ancient philosophy. Called Stoicism teaches that while we cannot always control what happens to us, can control how we respond. This simple truth is a key to unlocking a life of inner calm, no matter what storms rage around. You think about it. What if next time you felt anger rise, you had the strength to pause? What if instead of lashing out or letting that anger simmer inside you, you could calmly choose your response? That kind of power is within your reach. It's not reserved for the monks or the philosophers from centuries past. It's for you here, right now. Anger often feels like it happens to us. In reality, it's an emotion. We allow ourselves to be taken over by it. Begins as a small spark. Someone cuts in front of you in traffic, a colleague undermines you at work, or a loved one disappoints you. And before you know it, that spark grows into a fire. But fires don't start without fuel, and here's the secret: you have the power to remove that fuel. In moments of anger, it can feel like you've lost control, but Stoicism teaches that control is always yours. Anger doesn't happen to you, it's a reaction you can choose to manage. The key line lies in understanding that your peace of mind is more valuable than the temperatizzaticacti of an angry outburst. Stoicism doesn't tell you to ignore your feelings or pretend you're unaffected by life's challenges. Instead, it offers you tools to handle them with grace. It gives you the ability to step back, assess the situation with clarity, and decide how you want to respond. You're no longer a prisoner to your emotions. You're in charge. There's a deep strength in knowing that your peace cannot be easily shaken, that no matter what happens around you, the real power lies in how you choose to react. Stoicism gives you this strength. It empowers you to handle life's frustrations with patience and wisdom, turning moments that once triggered anger into opportunities for growth. When anger is in control, it narrows your view, it blinds you to the bigger picture, and forces you to focus on the immediate wrong or injustice you feel. But once you begin to apply Stoic principles, you'll realize that most oft things that anger you aren't worth the energy. You'll begin to see that your peace, your mental clarity, is far more precious than indulging in the momentary rush of rage. Stoic philosophers like Marcus Aurelius and Seneca understood this. While they lived in times of great upheaval, facing challenges that would make even the calmest among us falter, yet they managed to remain composed. Not because they were emotionless, but because they had mastered the art of emotional control. They saw anger for what it was: a temporary feeling that clouded judgment and robbed them of their inner peace. This doesn't mean that they never felt anger. On the contrary, they felt it deeply, but they had trained themselves to handle it differently. They didn't let it take over, and you can do the same. You can learn too. Notice the early signs of anger, take a step back, and choose a response that aligns with your values. One of the most empowering aspects of stoicism is the realization that external events are beyond your control. The person who frustrates you, the unexpected mishap, the unfair situation, are all out of your hands. What's within your control is how you'll spend. This shift in focus from the external to the internal gives you the ability to reclaim your peace. There's a profound sense of freedom in knowing that you are not at the mercy of others' actions or words. You are not defined by what happens to you, but by how you choose to deal with it. When you embrace this mindset, anger no longer holds power over you. You see it for what it truly is, an internal reaction that you can manage and transform. The journey to controlling your anger is not about becoming emotionless or detached from life's challenges. It's about learning to navigate those challenges with a steady hand and a clear mind. It's about freeing yourself from the emotional roller coaster that anger often brings, so you can live with greater peace, clarity, and purpose. And here's the most important part. This journey is possible for you. No matter how strong your anger has been in the past, no matter how many times it has gotten the better of you, you can change. You can take control of your emotions and start living with the calm and strength that Stoicism teaches. This isn't about perfection. You're human, and anger is part of being human, but with Stoicism, you can learn to handle anger in a way that doesn't destroy your peace. You can rise above the frustration, resentment, the rage, and choose a response that reflects the best version of yourself. The path to mastering your anger may not always be easy, but it is always worth it. Each time you pause before reacting, each time you choose calm over chaos, you're taking a step closer to a life of greater peace and control. And with every step, you're reclaiming your power. Anger will no longer control you. You will control it, and with that, you'll discover a newfound sense of freedom, a freedom that allows you to live life with clarity, patience, and purpose, a freedom that ensures your peace of mind is never sacrificed to temporary emotions. As you embark on this journey, know that you are stepping into a long tradition of wisdom that has stood the test of time. Stoicism is not a quick fix, but a lifelong practice of becoming better, calmer, and more in control of your emotions. This is the first step toward mastering your anger and reclaiming your peace. The path ahead is transformative, and with each chapter, you'll find yourself growing stronger, more centered, and more in control of your life. Let's take this journey together. The weight of anger can be burdening the heart and clouding the mind. It strikes quickly, leaving a trail of frustration and chaos, often affecting those closest to you. There's a reason it feels so overwhelming. Anger is a force that, when unchecked, destroys the peace you work so hard to maintain. But what if you could lift that weight? What if you could keep your calm, even when everything around you seems to invite fury? Stoicism, an ancient philosophy, offers a way out, a path that not only reveals why anger is so destructive, but shows you how to free yourself from its grip. Anger pulls you away from the present moment. It latches onto past wrongs or future fears, making you lose touch with the peace that comes from living in the now. Stoicism teaches that peace lies in accepting what is happening in the present, not in clinging to frustrations or disappointments. On the other hand, thrives on resisting reality. It tells you that things should have been different, that life has wronged you in some way, and by doing so, it drags you into a battle you can't win. Instead of changing the world, anger only deepens your suffering. The Stoics understood that holding on to anger is like holding on to a burning coal, hoping to throw it at someone else a bit, only burning yourself in the process. Anger consumes your energy, wastes your mental strength, and leaves you exhausted. yet offers no solution. This emotional drain is one of the most dangerous aspects of anger. It robs you of the power to think clearly and respond thoughtfully in its wacky hour, left with broken relationships, damaged self-esteem, and a mind filled with regret. When anger takes control, you lose the ability to see things for what they really are. It narrows your perspective, making everything seem more threatening, more unjust than it actually is. Stoicism teaches that clarity of mind is essential for peace. The more clearly you see the world, the easier it is to maintain your composure. Anger distorts that clarity. It tricks you into believing that your emotions are justified, that your rage is righteous, but the truth is, anger blinds you to reason. It makes you react impulsively to actions and words that you often regret. One of the greatest lessons Stoicism offers is the understanding that anger is often rooted in unrealistic expectations. You expect people to behave in a certain way, for events to unfold according to your plans, and when they don't, frustration builds. Anger is a signal that you are trying to control something outside your influence. The Stoics remind us that the only thing we can truly control is our reaction to what happens, not the events themselves. When you let go of unrealistic expectations, you open yourself to peace. Anger thrives on resistance. It flares up when you feel that life hasn't gone your way, when you believe that circumstances should have unfolded differently. But the Stoics teach that fighting reality only creates more pain. Acceptance, on the other hand, leads to peace. Acceptance doesn't mean passively allowing everything to happen without response. It means understanding